run the show, got it under control. Fire on my feet, ready to go, hitting the goal. When you're on my team, I got it locked, no, I won't miss a step. Automatic, no, you won't forget. Like swish, gonna make it every time, right at the buzzer like swish. Don't even have to try, second nature like swish.
The landscape of NCAA Division I men's basketball includes 5,607 players. To make it to this class, you need a combination of size, skill, and basketball IQ. West Brighton's Liam Murphy certainly qualifies. Standing at a legitimate 6'7", Murphy possesses elite size and a lethal touch from long range. In his sixth and final year of eligibility, Murphy has signed on to play with Purdue University, one of the top teams in the nation. A week away from practicing with his new team for the first time, Murphy chooses to work out at St. Peter's High School, his alma mater. On the walls are remnants of his accomplishments as a student: a 1,000-point scorer, a multiple-time Staten Island High School League champion, and a Jakes winner, an award given to Staten Island's top overall player.
You've been recently given an unbelievable opportunity that really doesn't happen a lot on Staten Island. What are your thoughts about that you're going to be going to Purdue and playing on their, highly touted basketball team?
I always had the confidence in myself. I think that I could play with anybody and on any court, but you never know how other people perceive your game, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion or what they're looking for in their program. I got calls from all different levels, and the Purdue call is definitely special, and definitely super excited to get out there, real soon now and get to work.
This is about as far up the Division I food chain as anybody from Staten Island has ever landed.
Paint gets what paint wants, and in this case, paint wants a dead-eye shooter.
Fantastic additions to an already elite Purdue roster.
Liam Murphy is going to Purdue University, and Staten Island should be excited. I'm Charlie DBA's Jr. I'm a senior sports writer at the Staten Island Advance, SILive.com. I have been writing for the paper for 38 years. And I've been on the boys basketball beat since day one. I've been seeing Liam Murphy play for years, dating back to CYO. I covered Liam when he was a player at St. Peter's, the year he won the Jakes Award, and I really believe that this was a terrific series to do on Liam, because the bottom line is, how often does a player from Staten Island compete at a school like Purdue? On top of that, this year they have a legit chance to win a national championship.
The footprint for Staten Island's Division I basketball is not gigantic, but it's not insignificant either. And I think it's probably proportional to the size of a town we are. What I think is significant about Liam is that this is about as far up the Division I food chain as anybody from Staten Island has ever landed.
A straight-A student at St. Peter's, he signs on with Columbia University in the Ivy League. After COVID knocks out his first year, he spends the next two trying to find his footing, only to have an injury knock out his fourth year of eligibility, leaving his basketball future in question.
Now you get hurt after going through that mental struggle that a lot of people faced during COVID, but also the fact that he didn't get to play last year. You start to feel like time is running out already. He started to realize his mortality in the game of basketball at 19, 20 years old.
He graduates from Columbia and he still has 2 years of eligibility. He wants to play.
This last year has been a crazy one in terms of going into the portal, still being at Columbia, going through everything, the injury, rehabbing, graduating undergrad, and trying to figure out if I was going to be able to get a chance to play at Division I level, if I could just get a full scholarship. That's really all I was looking for.
North Florida came very late. You know, there was chances that he wasn't going to play Division I basketball because he just hadn't played in a while, and people were worried about his health.
There was several suitors, there were several people that wanted him, and he landed with North Florida, and it wound up being a perfect match for him.
He led the Atlantic Sun in three-point shooting last year, 17th nationally, and 13th in the nation in made threes per game. So, you know, he's a shot maker.
He wound up being an unbelievable weapon off the bench. They played 5 big conference schools, and they won 2 of those 5 games. And he performed well in those games. So he opened up some eyes.
I don't think he ever thought about leaving, you know, because he's a loyal guy. So he's like, they gave us our chance. I'm going to stay here. But the landscape is changing. And not just about financially, but opportunity. Where do I have my best opportunity to do the things I want to do?
He enters the transfer portal. He wants to see what he has on the table, and if it's good, he's going to take it.
And I got really close with Coach Driscoll down at University of North Florida. I don't think you're going to find too many people that are willing to guide you in the right direction to leave their school instead of returning for my final year, just because he truly wants what's best for me and because I have a skill set, and a lot of teams, in his opinion, were looking for that skill set. He said, you know, you're going to get calls. Now it's up to you. What are you looking for?
I was fortunate enough to be able to talk to Liam basically every day through the process. He was very clear about what he wanted. He wanted to go to a place where school mattered, and he wanted to go a place where he felt at home, and he wanted to play. He wanted the opportunity to win. He talked about the NCAA tournament. He had never been to the NCAA tournament. He wanted a chance to do that, and those were his things.
While he was searching for his next home on the court, a prominent national powerhouse was also in the hunt for what it thought were the final pieces to a potential national championship roster.
Purdue University, Big Ten powerhouse, always in the picture.
Purdue has to be in everybody's preseason top 10. A lot of people will have them as their preseason number 1. They have a ton of returning talent. They have 3 guys who started every game last year coming back, and all of them played on the Final Four team 2 years ago.
They lose 2 stud shooters. Now they need someone to complement the studs that they have. Lo and behold, Coach Sasha at Purdue comes across a video and sees this guy from North Florida draining three-pointers at 42, 43%. And the next thing you know, he gets a phone call.
What was your initial reaction when the Purdue call came?
Well, if that doesn't happen, we're just going to plant seeds everywhere.
When some of those big name schools and really good programs call, it is super special.
We were looking at that position of a 4-man for our system. We really like highly skilled people, highly intelligent people. For us right now on our roster, we feel like we have 2 of the best in the country in Braden Smith and Trey Kaufman-Renn. The rest of our guys, we're really trying to supplement skill around them. And I think Liam really fit that stereotype really well for what we were looking for.
The next day, after we initially talked to Coach Sasha, he's talking to Coach Painter and other coaches, and they're mapping out what they envision him doing.
Not until they're on the screen. Now, I'm in the background, kind of faded out, like trying to keep the dog, to make sure the dogs are quiet while we're on the Zoom. And all of a sudden, I'm like, that's him.
They have on the Zoom call video of him playing for North Florida. We could envision you doing this for us. You know, you coming off the screen, pins, all this stuff like that.
I think we've done a great job as a staff and as a program of, through these Zooms and through these meetings, of just showcasing how a player and our university can help each other, right? And I think we did a good job of showing Liam film of certain guys in our system that are like him having success.
Before we get off the call, they're literally out and out offering him a wonderful deal and everything. So I go in, then go in the morning, shake his hand and say, Coach Painter, thank you so much. I want to play for you.
Yeah, super special morning, super special ride to the airport, a couple of nice relaxing flights. Continually learn more about the program. The more I learn about that, the more excited I get.
Not until that moment, almost like then, did we say, yeah, that really happened. It was, from our point, it was just so surreal. We almost still couldn't believe it.
I learned a lot about myself, about the process, about what I really want to keep playing basketball, to keep, you know, chasing my goals and my dreams. And, you know, I've kind of been able to put myself in a good spot through work and obviously great blessings and opportunities. But so yeah, hopefully we got a ring next year this time, and it was another super special year.
Everything happened in a week. It just came to fruition. They needed a shooter to complement their stars. They rolled out the red carpet for him. He liked what they had to say. He's at Purdue.